Saturday haul on for you guys today, and I'm going to start off with a few repurchases. I got another one of the CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreens. I originally purchased this one prior to getting the one that just has a no tint in it, that's a SPF 50. And this is just a little bit too kind of dark on my skin by itself. It deepens up a bit, so I got the SPF 50 mineral one, which is just a solid, pretty strong white cast sunscreen, and I mixed them together. But this actually came out in 3 new shades, and so I did a buy online, pick up in store at Ulta. And the lighter, this was the middle shade, the lighter and the deeper of the two weren't available to pick up in store, but this one was, and I thought, well, maybe that's the new middle shade. But I think the reason that the lighter and the deeper shade were out of stock is because they just didn't get the new ones in yet. So I don't know if the new version is this exact same one or if it's a different shade or not. But this is the one that I already actually purchased. So the SPF 50 one that I also have is in a bigger tube, and I'm almost out of this anyway. So I'll just continue to mix them and put a few drops of the Josie Maran SPF 47. That's been my kind of go-to for SPF. As you guys all know, the SPF 47 from Josie Maran is being discontinued. So that's my current SPF mix. I'll show you guys what the tint on this one looks like. It's kind of just an interesting shade, if I'm honest. It kind of has a bit of this yellowy kind of a cast to it, and then it kind of deepens a little bit. Now that I have it on my hand in front of these lights, it doesn't look, but you can kind of see it deepening up there a little bit. Because I went in my bathroom to make sure that these look the same, and they do. And I compared them in the lighting in there, and they look to be the same product. But in any event, I actually really like the combination of CeraVe that I've been using, like I had just mentioned. I've kind of been liking it more than the Josie Maran SPF 47, the discontinued one. So I'm kind of excited about that. I find that my skin feels really nice and hydrated, and then I add those couple drops of oil and stuff, but I don't have to use as much powder to set my face and stuff because it's not quite as tacky or oily, if you will, as the SPF 47. I love that hydration and stuff like that, but this is still a really hydrating combination without that kind of extra over kind of slickiness to it, if you will. So I've really been enjoying that combination. Anyway, I don't think that this particular one is the new one, but so I'll have to be on the hunt for the lighter version. Then I'd also like to take a peek at the darker version as well, just to kind of see what the tones are, because I think this is a really nice mineral sunscreen. So that is the CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen. And then I'm at the tail end of the Cetaphil Deep Hydration Skin Restoring Water Gel. I'd say I have maybe 3 days left in the jar that's in my bathroom. So I did purchase another one of these guys. And if I didn't know any better, I would say that this is a $200 face serum. I know it's called a water gel, but because of that jelliness to it, that water gel type texture that it has, it really feels like a serum on my skin. And it feels so nice. My skin just drinks it up and loves it. And I've actually been tapping it around my eyes as well and using it like a serum like that. But for real, if I didn't know any better, I would think that this was a very expensive product. It is so nice. It's really nice on my sensitive, acne-prone skin. I haven't had any breakouts. It just feels very nourishing. No burning, no redness, nothing of the sort. And I do layer under heavier creams as well. So I'm not sure if I were to use it by itself or anything like that, because I do use it like a serum because that's the consistency of it, how I layer my skincare products, and I have really dry skin. But I love it. This will be my second jar. So it's a 1.7 ounce, 48 grams, skin restoring water gel, clinically proven 72-hour weightless hydration, hydrosensitive complex, hyaluronic acid, and polyglutamic acid. Hydrosensitive. Since I'm almost out of the other one anyway, I'll just kind of open it up and show you guys the texture. You kind of see it wiggles in there. It is so nice. Safe for use around the eyes, no burning or anything like that. Great hydration. Can't say enough good things about it. My mom also uses it now too. So that's the Cetaphil Deep Hydration Skin Restoring water gel right there. I have really been enjoying cleansers, face lotions, clearly from CeraVe and Cetaphil. Cetaphil also came out with a new mineral sunscreen as well, and I think that one's tinted, and it's not available in store at Ulta, but I seen it on the Ulta app, and it's in my cart. so I gotta place an online order to get it, but I want to try that one as well. And then I also grabbed another one of the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glues. I believe this is my third tube of this, and I go back and forth between the Ardell Brow Glue, which is a really strong hold, and then this guy. And I'd been on the Ardell Brow Glue kick, and I thought I'd try this guy again because I decided that it would be a good idea to really try to clean any product out of my brows before I use this, because it could just tend to lift towards the end of the day kind of, and if there was product like on my skin and stuff like that, it would lift it and it'd turn like a white color and you could see it really well. So that's kind of went to the Ardell Brow Glue, but I really like the looks of the Maybelline as well. So I've been taking a microfiber cloth. This one is from Sonia G, and after I'm done with my eye makeup and stuff, I just like wipe the microfiber through my brow hairs. And microfiber is so good at latching on to products, so I could probably do the same thing with a Kleenex or a washcloth, but it won't have the same effect because of the nature of the microfiber, how well it like picks up product. And that has really turned this into just an even better product than it already was, because I don't really have that lifting on the outside as much as I used to when I didn't like kind of clean my brow hairs out. And I didn't realize that this was almost used up, so I grabbed another one of them, and I'll show you guys what the deal looks like. It's just got a spoolie, and it's like a clear gel. Does a really good job of holding the brows. The Ardell one is stronger, but this is really great if your brows are nice and clean. And again, this is my third one that I have purchased, and it's in my brows right now, along with the NYX brow pen in ash brown. Funnily enough, prior to me getting that Maybelline one, I did pick up another one of the Ardell brow glues as well. And I did that because I'm not necessarily out of the tube that I have in use. It's probably about 50% like used up, but I can't find that product at like any Walmart or any CVS's and stuff. It's at this specific Walmart in Dickinson that I can find it. And so I happened to be there a few weeks back, and I grabbed another one because I just don't like know when I'm going to be back in that Walmart again, and I don't want to have to like hunt for it. I suppose I could always do a search online, but anyway, it was convenient. So I got another one of the Ardell ones as well. I'll just show you guys what it looks like. It straight up looks like lash glue, but funny story, I was like, let me just try lash glue and see what happens. No, lash glue is much stickier than this is, but I do liken this to lash glue. Like the consistency feels similar, but actual eyelash glue is much stronger, and it actually kind of left a bit of a tackiness in the brow, which is also not cute. So just stick to the brow glue version of that. And then I've kind of been on a little bit of a journey. And I say that because it's something that I haven't done for a really long time, and that is to kind of turn to like all cream products. You guys know I have the dry skin and everything like that. But it was the week of my surgery. So after I got surgery, some people didn't know what happened. I fully tore my ACL in my right knee, and then I also tore the meniscus. So I had surgery on Valentine's Day. So it's like 2 weeks ago. And so it wasn't that bad. Like the pain, I'm super pain tolerant, so that doesn't help at all to like compare other people with ACL surgery or whatever, because I am really pain tolerant. And it wasn't the pain that was like a super problem or whatever, but they had me on some pretty strong meds that made me sick. And it's like I can't go outside, I kind of couldn't do anything, you know. I was just sitting in the chair, and I made it in the shower and did all my things. So they tried to say I couldn't shower, and I was like, no, that's not going to work for me. So William actually bought me something that goes over my legs so that I could shower without getting like my leg wet and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, I was putting on my makeup every day and all my stuff, and I was just not feeling cute. I was like, what? Why? I just don't feel cute with no matter what I do. So when I did my skincare the next day, I just piled it on. Same thing like the Cetaphil, or the Cetaphil water gel. I just piled on the essences and the serums and the moisturizer. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use foundations and cream products and then just set everything on my face. Because I really want the hydration. I look dull. And it's probably because, you know, the surgery, the stress, all the things it entails with what transpired that week or whatever. But in the interim, it's been a happy discovery how much I have been enjoying. It's like underpainting, if you will, putting on all my face products as creams and then just setting my whole face. So I did that today with some products I'm also going to show you guys. And I used a different powder than the Huda, a new powder I'm going to show you guys. So I do feel a little lighter looking than normally. So I have to kind of play with some tones and stuff to figure that out because that is a different powder. But I've been all week, I've been just underpainting my face and setting it with the Huda, and like the kind of lit from within glow that I get from that is just, I have been loving it. My skin has been loving it. So now I'm into cream products. Which, you know, because I have such acne sensitive prone skin, I'm always real apprehensive about creams and what I put on my skin. But not only that, I'm outside in the sun a lot, right? And so when I put creams over my SPF and SPF foundation, if they move that base, they're moving that SPF that I have on my skin. So that always kind of bothered me. I like to have this even coating canvas of SPF all over my face, right? But I found some products that have got the SPF in them already. So if it does move like my base products, it's not a big deal. But currently in my state, I'm not like out in the sun anyway. So I've really been having fun with the creams. So getting into it here, I purchased a bunch of stuff from Ciele, which primarily I've got all 4 of these products on my face today. So when I was having that little situation, if you will, and grabbing for the cream products that I did have in my collection, because I always would like declutter so many of them because I just didn't use them. I was always very, you know, into the powder. Granted, creams do take longer to apply and blend than powder. Powder's just so much quicker for me. But I had this guy here. I kept the shade for me in the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. So it's the Chocolate Mousse shade. This is such a nice product. So this is what I've been using to contour bronze my face prior to, and I'm going to swatch it here just so that you guys can see it next to the Ciele bronzing stick that I bought. So again, this is the Chocolate Mousse shade, and this product is a stunning product. It is super, super creamy. It's really pigmented. It blends out really well. I don't have any breakouts from it or anything like that. It is an amazing bronzing stick. I really want to get the Dior one as well because I've heard great things about that. So that's sitting in my Ulta bucket too. And the Too Faced one is a much more neutral bronzy brown in comparison to the Ciele one. So this is the SPF 30 Sculpting Stick, and I got the shade 02 Medium. I'm glad I went with this shade instead of the lightest one. 0.25 ounces or 7 grams of product in here. And this guy here is made in the USA. So this is the box packaging. This is the bronze contour that I have on my face today. And then here is the packaging. I can say they do need to up the quality of this packaging. It's quite cheap, quite flimsy. And then also like it's, can you hear that? It's like wobbling. It's not real tight. And then when you put the balm up, it doesn't want to go back down, so it must be already detached down there, which I'm also not crazy about. It's not like these are like super inexpensive products either. So if I want to get that back down, because I don't want to smash it in the cap, you know, I got to push it down like manually. But the consistency of the actual product, it's a little bit more stiff. So when I drew it on my face today, instead of like on the back of my hand or, you know, going on with a sponge and then putting it on my face, which I'll probably try that tomorrow, it's just a little bit more firm. So when you go like this, it's definitely disturbing and moving the foundation underneath. But for me, it's not that big of a deal at this moment. For one, this has got SPF in it as well. So if it does move the base, there's still SPF in this product. But for two, I'm not like, again, I'm just like not outside doing horse things like I should be. So I'm willing to overlook the stiffness of drawing directly on the skin, but I'll probably just go on the back of my hand or directly on a sponge moving forward. But it is a stiffer consistency in comparison to the Too Faced one, which is just so creamy. Even though it's a little bit stiffer, it does blend out really nice. As you can see, it's quite pigmented and it's warmer in comparison to the Too Faced stick. This one again has got an SPF of 30. So I will probably primarily, when I'm doing the cream thing, when I do make it outside in the sun. I'll probably primarily use these cream products with that SPF. I love that brands are doing that. It's something I've been talking about for years, probably since I, started doing YouTube videos about SPF, and I always thought, like, as long as I'm putting products on my face, it should, have SPF and good ingredients that are nourishing my skin since they're sitting on my face all day, So anyway, that's the Ciele Sculpt and Protect SPF 30 sculpting stick right there. Again, I got the shade 02 medium, and it's right there. I've got it on my forehead, a bit on my nose, cheeks, and then I also did it around my jawline as well. And again, it blends out super nice. You can kind of see that nice shadow it gives, but there's no like stark line or anything. So recently I've been really getting some mean comments on YouTube. I got some thick old skin, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but I thought I'd mention it because I'm under some pretty harsh lights, and I've got my lighting and my setup set up so that whatever products I'm showing on my hand and I'm swatching, the color I have them as true as I can possibly get it through the camera. And that's not necessarily the most flattering lighting for my own face, but the products that I'm showing you guys through the lens are showing up as true to color, texture, and like shine and finish as I can get them. And that's kind of the point. I'll take the hit for not looking, super wonderful in harsh lighting or making my makeup look harsher than it actually looks in real life, as long as you guys can get the best out of the swatches through the lens that I can give you, if that makes sense. But I just kind of wanted to mention that because I primarily do hauls because that's what I have time for. And I feel like that's the point, I'm trying to be as helpful as I can. I got powder on my shirt, with being able to do this through camera as I can for you guys, so. Anyway, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say nothing. Don't type the comment. You know what I mean? I also grabbed one of the blushes. So this is also Ciele. It's the shade Giselle SPF 50 blush, 0.19 fluid ounces of product in here. And this guy here is also made in the USA. So this is the packaging on this one. This one has got a twist top with a doe foot applicator. They definitely can improve on their packaging. It does feel lightweight, very plasticky kind of packaging. Got hair. And again, their products are quite expensive, but the product itself is really nice. So prior to this one, I've been using the Patrick Ta cream blushes, and then also I can use the Milk Jelly Water Tint Overset Foundation, and they're beautiful, and I can use them under powder as well, like underpainting, and they're beautiful. Those Milk Jelly, where are they? I've got one right here. These little guys are so nice. You do have to be careful with like little pieces of it breaking off on a brush on your face, because once they're on, they're very hard to get off the stain, because they're like stain. So you do have to be careful with that, but other than that, this product is so nice. Melt sent me their whole shade range a while back, and I've been like using every single shade. I love those products. Again, both over and under set foundation or powder, Anyway, back to the Ciele. So this one's got SPF 50, and these are quite pigmented. So I kind of went in a little heavier because I didn't know it was going to be that pigmented going on. So I did use a new powder, which has got a pink undertone, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I do feel a little bit more pink than I think the actual powder made me look, because of this blush, because I got it on my forehead, my nose, chin, and also on my cheeks there. But it's a beautiful color, and it's got that SPF 50. So again, if I continue down loving the underpainting and how I've been just using all cream products in the setting with powder, not putting any other like powder really, unless it's a finishing powder over the top, I'm going to pick up some more shades of this, because this is really pretty. And again, that SPF 50 is just going to do it for me. I'm supposed to, hopefully, be able to saddle up on my nicest of steeds by the end of May. Crossing my fingers. I also grabbed the Ciele Glow SPF 50 highlighter, liquid highlighter. This has got 0.19 fluid ounces of product, and it's also made in the USA. So I believe the highlighters, I think there's maybe two shades, or maybe this is only one. But these are a new product from the brand. These also have the expiration dates on them. Let me see if the blush does too. Yeah, they do. I like that when products do that. So I typically declutter cream products a lot quicker than powder products, because creams go bad faster than powder products. So I'm going to try my best not to go cray-cray with buying cream products, but I went down the rabbit hole now. So I've got quite a few cream products that I'm looking at. Anyway, this is the highlighter in the shade Church. And I put this on the top of my cheekbones, and I didn't run concealer all the way on the top of my cheeks, but that's the one part of my face I didn't set, and then I went over it with a powder highlighter that I'll show you as well, just because I really like especially sparkly products to just stick to the top of my drier skin right here. So I leave that open and put highlighter directly over that tackiness. I don't set it right there, that like shiny powder highlighter will, but I wanted to use this guy here, and it's a more subtle highlighter, if you will. It's got a bit of a bright pigmentation to it, not concealer, but well, you can see it right there. So it did have that nice lift to it, and it feels really nice as well. And so I put it on there. I was getting that, you know, that SPF 50 that it has, and it was also adding to being able to grab onto powder highlighter really well. So it blended out really nice. All of these products here blended out really, really nice on the skin. So I'm happy. I'm happy with all of them. I guess the one thing I'd say is I wish the packaging was a bit nicer, especially on that bronzing stick, because it doesn't twist back down. And I did purchase, when Ciele first came out, I bought their loose setting powder, because again, you guys know how I am about SPF, and powder, especially loose powder with an SPF, are really hard to find. And I'm gonna grab that Ciele powder and give it another go, but over the Josie Maran SPF 47, it was just a little, it just didn't look quite right. So now that I'm using some different sunscreen and skincare products, I'm going to give it another go and see how I feel about it. And then lastly from Ciele, I got the concealer. So this is an SPF 50, and Bare Minerals makes a really nice SPF concealer that they had sent me some shades last year, and I wore those a lot. They're an SPF 25, the Bare Pro. This is a really nice concealer with SPF and high coverage, but the Ciele one has got SPF 50. I got the shade 01C, and I had read the reviews and I went back and forth on this product for some months. And now that I'm doing what I'm doing with makeup, I decided to give it a go since I bought so many Ciele products. And this is definitely a thicker consistency. It does have that SPF 50 in it. It is a mineral sunscreen, so I did anticipate it to be a little bit thicker, but I feel like for that high SPF and that mineral, that it blended out really well. It's got great coverage too. This particular shade is very far from being a pink undertone, at least on my very pink self. But I can make it work, and I think that it looks nice. So it's again, it's a thicker consistency, but it blends out really nice, and it has great coverage. So I'm glad that I went and got this guy, because again, I had been on the fence about it since I had seen it online. So that is the shade again, 01C. Right there, it's got the doe foot applicator, mineral SPF 50. And it doesn't feel drying, and it looks really nice underneath the eyes. So that's where I have it. I've got it right here is where I've got that concealer. And then I have that highlighter right here, and I topped it with this next new product that I bought, which is from Patrick Ta. And these, like every shade and then a couple shades and then no shades, have been in and out of my bucket on Sephora since these came out as well. And then I finally just decided to get one, because when I hauled that little Too Faced shadow last week, this guy right here, I had put a little bit of it on my cheek, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that as a face highlighter is just absolutely stunning. And it is, and I need this in a giant compact, because there's not a lot of product in here, and this is a stunning highlighter. I want to get the pink one for a face highlighter as well, but they're $30. And again, they market them kind of more so as an eyeshadow, so that's probably why there's so little product. But they're only 0.05 ounces. So if I continue to use this as a face highlighter, I'm going to go through it very fast. But anyway, using it like that led me to be like, all right, just go ahead and get that Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo in We Need Better Lighting. So it's one of these guys. They're pretty expensive. There's 0.14 ounces or 4 grams of product, so that means each shade is 2 grams or 0.07 ounces, which is slightly more than the single Too Faced per pan. So I've actually got this on my face today as highlighter, and this is what the packaging looks like. Good old standard Patrick Ta packaging. I would really like it if he switched up when he comes out with a range of products, something on the packaging to differentiate the colors, because otherwise you're just sitting there open up every one to see which color's which, unless you memorize the titles. So this is the highlighter that I've got on my face today, and it's so pretty. It is so pretty. It's not as pretty as the Too Faced one. I'm looking for my highlight brush so I can put a little bit more on so you guys can see. But still very pretty. And then also, I did dip a little bit of the gold in there, but that's how I'm going to probably primarily use it. Again, if I use it as a highlighter like that, I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. I think that it's a bit sheer for my liking for like eyeshadow, but gripped over that tackiness on my cheek as a highlighter, I just think it looks very, very pretty. So yeah, I'm glad I got that. And I'm just going to probably continue to use it as a face highlighter because I think that they look pretty like that. So isn't that nice? So super fun. And again, note to Too Faced, we need this guy here in like a big compact so that I can wear this all the time. Because again, I would probably have this done in 2 weeks if I used it every single day, like as a face highlighter. But I do have the Patrick Ta on kind of all the highlight points on my face, and that's how I've been using it. So that is the Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo, and we need better lighting right there. I'm feeling quite long-winded today. I had seen a lot of like different views on the new loose powder from Kosas. It's the Cloud Set Translucent Loose Setting and Blurring Powder. Some people loving it, some people not loving it. I got Translucent Candy, naturally, the pink powder, and I was really worried that I was going to have the same experience with this as the Wet n Wild pink powder that I had hauled. This guy right here, I think, wasn't that last week I hauled this one? And I set my whole face with that pink powder, and that was one of the days where I was just really not feeling cute either, and I was like, really pink? I was like, oh boy, because that one deepened up quite a bit. This one didn't. I think that it looks really pretty, and I think that because I went a little heavy-handed with that blush, because it ended up being a more pigmented blush once I put it on, it kind of pulled even more pink out of this powder than I think it would had I been a little less intense with the blush, you know? And the powder itself I think is really, really nice. Now, I'll show you the packaging and like do a little swatch of it and stuff like that. There are only three versions of this available. And I do feel that the formulation of this is so nice that they should come out in actual skin tone shades as well. But I love the way that this looks on my face. The one thing that was almost making me not want to buy it is in the ingredients, it's got hydrogenated vegetable oil and sunflower seed oil. I wasn't as worried about the sunflower seed oil, but I'm a little worried about the hydrogenated vegetable oil. And this is the first time that I've worn it, is today. And I'm going to continue to use it, and I'm going to cross my fingers that I don't get a breakout. So, because I can definitely, I've tried products in the past with hydrogenated oils in them and they break me out, you know, but I'm thinking that such a nice light dusting of powder over my face won't do that for me. So we'll find out. And I do find that I have to use less powder as well, both with the Huda powder that I love in Cupcake, or there's several shades of the Huda powder that I love, but I have to use less powder because I'm not using the SPF 47 from Josie Maran with that extra juicy hydration tackiness. I'm using the CeraVe. So that's a happy, like, kind of discovery almost. Maybe it was like a blessing in disguise, you know, the having to find a different SPF, because it's not only is that combination I've been using really hydrating, but I have to use like less powder, less product on my face to set it now. So that's kind of nice, right? So anyway, like I said, I'm really like long-winded today. This is Translucent Candy Ultra Sheer Pink. And I still have the lid off mine because there's a bit of powder in here and I didn't want to like waste it. And I really like this kind of packaging because, so you've got the lid there that says Kosas, and it's a pretty good sized jar because you're getting a pretty good size amount of product. 20 grams or 0.705 ounces of product. And this guy here is made in the USA from globally sourced components is what it says. There's a little tab right here and you flip the top open, and this is my favorite way to use powder like this because I like to be able to close the lid and I like to be able to evenly distribute powder on my brush so that when I set my face it doesn't accidentally grab any cream or foundation products off my face and end up looking patchy. I'm very particular like that. So I like this type of component, so you just, you know, put some in the lid like that and get it on your brush and you can evenly I'm going to drop something, evenly coat your brush. But this here, you can see it's quite pink, but it's a quite brightening pink. And I do kind of think it lightened up my face a little bit, but not a whole ton. And the finish of it, it's not sparkly, it's not shiny, it doesn't have any glitter components or sparkly micas or anything that you can visibly see in there, but it's not completely flat either. There's just the tiniest bit of a luminosity to it that's very, very pretty. So again, I'm hoping that I don't, you know, break out, because again, hydrogenated vegetable oil. But it's very pretty. So I'm even like tempted, just because you guys, I like to experiment. I like to mix products. I really like to mix powders, like the under eye setting powder. I didn't use the Kosas. I used the Flower Nose Huda combination that I like for setting underneath my eyes. But I'm really almost tempted to buy the yellow version of the powder as well, and then mix the two together. I'll end up with like a skin tone shade probably perfect for me or something like that. I'm very tempted. I may do that. But so far, as a first use there, I've really been enjoying this product. And I'm glad that I took the plunge, because I almost didn't. I kind of set my chin and then I looked at it and I was like, it kind of looks a bit pink. Oh gosh, I don't want to, you know, be as pink as I was when I went all in with the Wet n Wild powder. No, it looks good. I think it looks great. So anyway, so far so good on that guy. That is the Translucent Candy Ultra Pink Cloud Set Loose Setting and Blurring Powder. And then I also got this new powder from Morphe. It's their Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil Powder. This guy's got 0.28 ounces of product, or 8 grams. And this one here, let's see, is made, bulk formulated in Taiwan, China, pressed and assembled in China is what it says on the packaging. So this is the lightest shade out. I think there are 4 shades available. So I got Dawn, which is vanilla with balancing pink. I hopped inside of Ulta yesterday because I had a follow-up appointment. And so I did an online order so I wouldn't have to go through the whole store, because I'm not super mobile, right? But I wanted to swatch stuff. So I was able to swatch this powder here that I had pre-ordered that was sitting up front for me, but then I swatched the second shade and I was like, oh, that's a pretty color too, because I was worried that this shade was going to lighten me up a bit, and I kind of think that it did just a little bit as well. So I do want to get the other shade, but I need to use this again with the Huda. That aside, playing with different tones and powders and stuff, I'm probably trying far too many things, new things, all at the same time here, but I'm using this, but I used this today in lieu of the Guerlain Meteorites, which is my go-to all-time loved finishing powder. I use it every single day for years and years and years. They've reformulated it, I think, 3 times, and I love every version. I really do love the originals probably the most, but the newer ones are nice too. But anyway, today I use this as a finishing powder, and this has got the softest, prettiest, like, formulation to it. And same deal, there's just the slightest bit of a pearl to it, but it's very, very subtle, so it makes it really good for an all over kind of finishing powder, because of that slight pearl, if you like a bit of glow to your skin without being flat matte, you know. So I do have this buffed all over the skin very lightly though. I didn't go in as heavy handed as I would have, like I do the Guerlain Meteorites, where I'm just like, you know, because I can just layer and layer those Guerlain Meteorites and they never look heavy. But you can see right there next to the Kosas that has some light pigmentation to it. So I think that kind of lightened up my skin a little bit as well. So I'm going to order the second shade down of this too, because again, this formula just feels very, very nice. And I haven't used it as a setting powder, but my mom bought this powder yesterday as well, and she used it to set her face, and she was over here like about an hour ago, and it looked really great on her. She didn't use it to finish, she used it to like set her face. So I think it might be a little bit too glowy for me to like set my whole face with it, but I might still try it because it's a very pretty powder. So this particular shade, as you can see right there, it's got, again, it's quite light, so I am going to get the next shade down. So that is the new Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil in Dawn with the vanilla with balancing pink. And then getting into some lip products, I got another one of the Kosas Hot Liner Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Pencils. So I hauled one of these in that sponsored Sephora video, and I love these lip liners. I want to collect them all. The tones are all just slightly different, but they're all a really nude, light, easy to use shade. And there's something about this lip liner that I feel has this soft, like smooth finish around the lips that just is very, very flattering. So I got another one. It's not going to be my last, I can just tell. 0.5 grams or 0.017 ounces of product. And the shade that I got this time is Max, which is a warm peachy beige. And this is the lip liner that I've got on today. And I'm going to swatch it next to the original one that I got in 100, which has been my go-to lip liner as of recently. So this is the first one that I got in 100. Beautiful tone, twist up pencil, really pretty packaging. It's got the color on the end that they actually do a pretty good job of matching it to. And then the new shade in Max, again, which is the one that I've got on, which is just a bit warmer. So that one is Max and that one is 100. And yeah, these have they're moving to the top of my lip liner list, man, as faves. They're so, so nice. I want to get some with a little bit more of a pinky tone as well. I think there's 3 more shades that I want to get of these. They're such a nice lip product. So again, these are the Kosas Hot Liners, Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Liners. Again, that's 100 and that one is Max right there. I also grabbed another one of the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner sticks. They didn't have the other green one that I wanted in stock, so I got just the Turquoise Storm shade. And I actually have it layered on the waterline with the one that I originally hauled in Emerald Cut. So I'll just swatch them both. But these have been really lasting well on the waterline for me. I've got a very finicky, very watery, hard to put product on waterline. Like it just wants to always fade off. So I've been using the KVD vegan brow pomade on my waterline for such a long time, but I like these pencils, so I'm gonna get that other green one as well at some point. But they last really well, and this is such a pretty color. So this is the new shade I got in Turquoise Storm, and then I'll just swatch it with the green one that I got, which is a little bit more yellow green than the Givenchy Kohl Couture in Jade, and also the KVD Pomade in Power Green, but it's still really pretty, and I just kind of have a mixture of the two on my waterline today. But these are really nice liner pencils. Again, these are the NYX Epic Wear liner sticks. I don't mean to sound like I'm in a hurry, and I'm actually like not personally like in a hurry, but I'm in a hurry because it's hard for me to stand on one leg for this long. So sorry if I'm being long-winded today and I'm sounding like I'm in a hurry. Anyway, I got one of the new Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks, the High Shimmer Gloss Stick. I will be getting more of these. These are absolutely beautiful. So I got the Icy Amethyst shade. This is the lip product that I've got on my lips today with that Kosas lip liner. So this is 04 again, Icy Amethyst. There's 3.6 grams or 0.12 ounces of product. And this guy's made in Korea. So that is the box packaging. I love that this packaging is color coded to the product inside, and there's just a light shimmer finish in the purple too. So there's also cream versions of this. Those are the original Gloss Bomb sticks they did. So this has a shimmer in it because this product is very like sparkling, like glittery, right? So this again is what I have got on my lips. Let's put some more on, shall we? Without getting like hair in it. Oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. It's got like this light, kind of fruity, sweet scent to it, which I do not mind at all. Isn't that beautiful? That is so, so pretty. Feels great on the lips. It's not like sticky, but you know, if your hair goes through it, it's going to grab onto it because it does have like so much emolliency to it. And for having this much shine and kind of sparkle to it, these don't feel gritty on the lips at all. So yeah, I will be picking up more shades of this. I'm going to get the pink one, and I'm going to get the nude one, and then I may get the tangerine one. These are just so, so nice. So again, this is the Icy Amethyst Gloss Bomb Stick right here. And it's what's on my face today. Yeah, so it looks, you know, it looks much darker in the tube. It's got a little bit of a translucent kind of base to it with those really pretty sparkle micas in it. It's so stunning. So, so stunning. I was a little worried it might be too purple on, but it definitely is not. It's just a great, great product, and I will be getting more of these. So, love it. And then lastly, I have a few PR packages. This first one is from Paula's Choice. It's kind of in a Valentine's Day themed box. It's the Breakup with Harsh Exfoliants. It's not the Breakup, that's just what it says on the packaging. It is their 2% BHA liquid exfoliant salicylic acid, which prior to going to the Pixie Glow Tonic, yes, why am I questioning the title? Prior to me using the Pixie Glow Tonic, this is the toner that I had used for years. And as I am getting older, my skin just couldn't tolerate it anymore. It's just too strong for me. But this was the toner that I used, again, morning and night religiously. It helped my skin be super glowy. It helped with breakouts. It's a really good toner. But again, as I got older, it just ended up being a little bit too much for my skin to handle. So then I went to the Pixie Glow Tonic, and that's what I use morning and night. But if you've got an oilier skin type, you have issues with like pores or blackheads and stuff like that, these will shrink your pores. You do get, like, say if you are really congested, you will get a bit of a purging situation with these until you get consistently using the product. So I will mention that. But again, this is a great product. Very, very effective BHA toner, the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. Again, if you've got pore issues or you're really, really oily, or you're looking for something to just kind of shrink those pores, it's worth giving a try. It's a product, again, I had used for years prior to getting older. And then lastly, I did get in a lovely PR package from Josie Maran. The body butter I took out because the box is quite heavy and I might just, you know, tip over backwards. But they sent over their latest scent of their whipped argan body butter. So it came in this really nice box here. And then inside, got a travel version. And there's also a refill version. So their new scent is Golden Hour. It's an amber and white musk. And it does really, to me, it smells like spring going into summer. It's got a summer vibe to it, but it's not like overly summery, if you will. So that's kind of the best way I would describe it, is like it's like a spring going into summer type of a scent. It smells really, really good. I love all of the scents of the Josie Maran body butters. I love that vanilla one. Whew, so good. And then here is the jar. I really like their new packaging. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's such a pretty smell. And these are very, very hydrating. So I actually have the little pouches by my bed because I put it on the back of my hands every single night. And then there is a card inside of the box as well. In this time of crisis, we've joined forces with the 30+ beauty brands through Beauty Together and are using our resources to make a real difference. California's resilient, vibrant spirit continues to inspire us, and together we will rebuild and rise stronger. So that is super awesome as well. And thank you to Josie Maran for sending over their latest scent in their body butter. Again, that is, the scent is called a Golden Hour. And it's just lovely. It's just lovely. I won't mind that in a perfume.